And you're live.
Hey,
Testing.
FTCA fam. We're here
It
with
doesn't
you
really tell you
tonight.
if you're actually live or not. It just says we're setting it up.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
live
I
now.
just
There we
started.
go.
Okay. Technology is my favorite. Hey, FTCA fam. We're here with you tonight for a special live stream to give you some great practice building content. But before we get to that, we want to give you a few FTCA updates. First of all, we have a fantastic event coming up in the great city of New Orleans. It's going to be the best practice building seminar you've been to, whether you're an owner or a valuable associate. This will also take you to the next level. It's called Breakthroughs on the Bayou, if you haven't seen it in the group, and it's going to be September 23rd through the 25th. We still have spots available if you want to come on down and join us. It's going to be awesome. We can't wait to see you there. With only 100 attendees over 3 days, you'll get to spend face-to-face time with our awesome speakers. We have got Jay Greenstein, sorry, Tim Bertelsmann, Brandon Steele, our own Bobby Maybee, and Mai Ta and Justin Rabinowitz. So those doctors are going to be with you, giving you a lot of amazing content. I just can't wait. And the best part about it is you're actually going to get to spend time with your colleagues in the FTCA. So those people that you interact with online all the time, you're actually going to see them in person. And I can't even tell you, like, it's always just great doing that. It's some of the best times that I've had in the last couple of years. So also along with this, the FTCA is now recognized by the PACE program of the Federation of Chiropractic Licensing Board. So we're going to get you 6 CE credits for Saturday's event. And if you absolutely cannot make it, we get it. Everybody can't travel and do all of that all the time. We do have a virtual event that will be available following the live event, and that's going to be live October 8th and 9th. All live attendees. So if you sign up for the live event, you're also going to get that great virtual content because we do have additional speakers that are going to be on that virtual event as well. So tonight, we're also going to give away a Hypervolt Gold 2, not live tonight, but if you're here tonight joining us on the live stream, what I want you to do is type here in the comment section below, and that is going to give you 1 entry. And then I'll be telling you how you can get more entries at the end of the live stream. I know you guys love your Hypervolts, so get in there and tell us that you're here. All right, so we have got a couple of our FTCA ambassadors here, and I know that you guys are also joining us on the Bayou. So, Dustin, what are you excited about for our big event?
Well, this will actually be my first time doing a live FTCA event, in-person event. So I'm just excited to meet some of you guys for the first time. And I'm looking forward to the breakthroughs on the Bayou. Just the topic of the summit this year, I think, is really important. I feel like our group as a whole, the FTCA, is making a breakthrough itself. So the fact that we're going to take some of the momentum we're now experiencing as a group and share it with some of our doctors, I think it's going to be great for everybody. I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. And Dustin is a great time. I have been to live events with him outside of the FTCA, and we always have a wonderful time. Rafa, tell us what you're excited about.
So I'm really excited about going to New Orleans. Never been, so excited for that. Also seeing a lot of people that I interact with. Speaker wise, I'm very biased on this, but I'm very, very excited to see Mai on stage. So yeah, I'm biased on that. It's a coworker, but like I'm very, very happy to see her.
I know I think we all are. That's for sure. Mo, what are you excited about?
After like last year at Fire and that kind of small group vibe, it was really cool. I can't wait to kind of do it again. I mean, it was nice being able to get all those speakers kind of one-on-one really easily. And then sorry about my dog being loud today. But it was just different than those big, lecture halls of hearing other doctors. You have 50, 75 people all able to kind of ask questions, chime in. They can learn a lot more that way than I have in the past.
I would agree with you 100% on that. It was awesome. And thank you for being my chauffeur also at our live event last time. You were the best. One of our speakers is here tonight, Dr. Cha. So excited to have you. What are you excited about? Well, you're a speaker. We can't wait to have you. Tell us what you're excited about for New Orleans.
Absolutely. So obviously the food, right? You can't go wrong with good Creole
foodie,
Haitian
yes.
cooking, right? So obviously there's that, but also, I'm going to reiterate what everyone has said. And truly what is so intimate and so cool about a small conference like this is that being able to identify some of those specific issues that you're running into practice, the ones that you kind of feel like never fit inside of someone's general or bigger picture topic or presentation, it's going to be awesome to have the chance to actually workshop some of those things, because I think they happen more often than people think, but it's so easy to paint our profession in such a broad brush. And so we kind of miss those things that don't come up. And that's why I'm really excited to speak. I get to speak on something that I know. Currently, I have 4 docs in my office getting trained. We're expanding pretty darn fast. And something that I've noticed over my training and with my own sort of career is imposter syndrome is huge. It affects your ability to do patient communication. It affects your ability to accurately and appropriately describe a treatment plan. And we have this sort of poverty complex in some ways that makes me feel like when we first started, you're afraid to even ask to be paid for what you're worth and what you are doing and what you are doing for that patient. And it's going to be a great conversation to kind of have to really inspire some certainty and some confidence in who you are as a provider. And it's something that honestly, we brought it up at Fire, actually, Mo, now that you say it, is one of the things I had to share was, getting out there, speaking and putting yourself on a platform that allows you to build that confidence and build that certainty and really feel like the clinician that you're supposed to be. It really is going to transpire to every part of clinical practice and being a professional business owner. So this is going to be a big one, I think. I think that it doesn't get touched on a lot. And it's something that especially new practitioners struggle with. So if you're there, I'm really, really, really excited to show you some gems that might help you along the way. So I hope you'll be able to join us for sure.
Oh my gosh, she nailed it right there. That's why she's speaking and I'm not. She always gets it. But we have all of our MDTs and our DNSs and all of our rehab gurus that just in our neurodiplomats, they just do a phenomenal job in our profession. And we all love that clinical stuff, but we have just noticed in our FTCA group that this is what we're missing. We're missing that, and sometimes we're missing that confidence factor. And this is what we hope to give all of our attendees in this event. And it's going to be really, really awesome. What I'm most excited about is I've seen several of these speakers many, many times, and I get something out of them every single time that I see them. And I just can't wait to get to spend time with them in this smaller group setting. And then I'm going to take my practice to the next level as well with all of you. So without further delay, tonight we actually have a special presentation from one of our breakthrough speakers. It's our very own Dr. Bobby Maybee. Speaking of someone who always brings something great to the table, you guys have seen it, whether it's his rant on Facebook or one of his presentations that he does for absolutely nothing for all of you. He's always got the great info. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Bobby.
Well, thank you. This one's quick. I think Mai encapsulated everything I wanted to talk about already, so we're done. Bye. She definitely encapsulated the impetus or the purpose for doing this event the way we're doing it. So it's a grand vision. I think it's difficult to communicate the vision to everybody so that they understand kind of what we're trying to accomplish with an event like this, because look, all of us evidence informed, evidence-based chiropractors, we love sticking our heads into the geekery of clinical care. That is where we make our money. That is our bread and butter. That is probably the most upfront, intellectually stimulating for us as practitioners. And it's the thing where we can do the alphabet soup, right? We can get so many letters after our name. We can show that we know what we're talking about. But when it comes to this mission or this vision that I've had for the FTCA, that we would take evidence-based chiropractors and we would not only make them the most important faction of chiropractic in the profession, but we would also make them the most successful faction in the chiropractic profession. It takes more than clinical expertise. In fact, when I've designed or thought up Breakthroughs on the Bayou, I thought it up as we're going to take clinical stuff and sort of put it to the side, because I want to expect that you all have got that down already. A good enough, right? Good enough. You've got that down already. You don't have to obsess over that for this weekend. We're going to obsess over the other things that are sort of slowing your progress down. So when we think breakthroughs, Breakthroughs on the Bayou, it sounds good. And it's Bob. That's awesome because I'm Bob. But they're really aha moments. Like, aha on the Bayou, not as exciting. Now, if you guys next year want to do like aha in Hawaii, let's talk about it. But first, we got to show up to Breakthroughs on the Bayou. And a lot of those concepts are nebulous to most of us. So when I'm talking today, you can write this stuff down, but I'm not talking to you as some sort of teacher or guru or any. I'm telling you things that you guys already know. I think you might pick up one thing today that you might not already know, but you've probably heard it before. But everything else I'm talking about today, you already know. I'm a peer who's talking to you with peer language about things you already understand. You just need a swift kick in the ass to remember to do it, to do these things in order to take yourself to the next level. Now, my talk in New Orleans is, I've got two. I'm going to introduce you to the weekend. So it's a very quick opening about breakthroughs in the weekend. And I've got a form. Let me see if I don't have it in front of me, but basically everybody's going to get a form, just like you would walk into a chiropractor's office and get outcome assessment tools. You're going to walk into Breakthroughs in the Bayou in New Orleans, and you're going to get an outcome assessment tool to start your weekend. And we are going to use that outcome assessment tool to measure where we need to focus on your practice in order to have this aha moment or this breakthrough. Keeping in mind, aha moments, breakthroughs, for somebody, an average Joe out on the street, they might be like, aha. Some clouds are nebulous and some clouds are flat and dump rain on you. Like, aha, the sky is blue. For us, aha moments can translate into $10,000 more of income a year. Aha moments can translate to, oh, I've been saying that completely different my whole life. Aha moments could break through to, oh, I've been an asshole and I've been so concerned in my practice my whole life that I'm not really concerned about making sure that the people around me are comfortable, safe, happy, and welcome in my presence. Aha moments for us are different, and they're huge, and they can have exponential results or exponential meaning in our lives. So a lot of the stuff we're going to do outcome assessment measurement on when you come to Breakthroughs on the Bayou, not clinical at all. It's going to be really, it's a seven step, or there's 7 basic layers of measurements. And we're going to have you measure where you think you are, where you think you want to be, what's the gap in between. It's called a gap versus the gain exercise. And then we're going to go through the weekend and we're going to work as a team to get you to where you want to go. Now, all the speakers we have around that are designed to get you there. There's no coincidence. There are 7 layers to what we're doing, and there are 7 presentations. So there's going to be some sort of connection when you go there. Now, today we want to talk about 5 keys or essentials or concepts you want to understand in order to have an aha moment or a breakthrough. If you're following through, if you want to earn some extra points for this Hypervolt giveaway, go ahead and give some responses. I love how Mandy, Dr. Jennings, she gave you the hook because there are ways to earn a lot of points towards winning a hypervolt at the end of this talk. If you pay attention, you'll learn how to earn a lot of points, but right now participation will get you some more points. So for each one of these concepts, throw in a response. There's 5. You don't have to write anything down. Just listen in your head, say, do I do this or do I not do this? And if you do not do it, say, how can I start doing it? And we'll start getting into the second half of the year because we're in the second half of the year. We're getting into the fourth quarter. Summer's ending. So the vacations are starting to shore up. Starting to think about kids getting back to school and soccer and everything else. It's time to get back to business. And these things will get you back to business. So number 1 of these 5 keys that I think are important for you to sort of level up, step up your game, become more important as a chiropractor, all those sort of things. These are very simple. Number 1, read more. So in the chat, what are you reading right now? Tell everybody, what book are you reading? And it doesn't have to be a book, by the way. You could be audiobook, you could be into a podcast, you could be right now I have a great on YouTube, there's a great Yale University course on pre-Civil War antebellum America that I'm listening to. It's a 25, I think it's 25. It's the whole semester of a Yale University history course that I'm listening to right now. But you've got to be reading and listening and expanding your mind on something. You got to keep putting information in. You can't just be watching what is that show where they have all the people that work on the yacht and they just all like fight with each other, and the yacht, like it's almost like the yacht's going to sink every episode, but nothing happens. Everyone has dinner and then they go and they have sex when everyone goes to bed. Like you can't just watch the yacht show and The Bachelor. Like you've got to put some stuff in your head. So let me know what you're putting in your head and what you think other people should be putting in their head right now. Drop some recommendations for mind expansion. Number 2, leadership. I think leadership is a very important concept that all chiropractors have to own. Now, leadership, Dr. Jay Greenstein is going to be talking about leadership. Dr. Todd's going to be talking about leadership at this event. We're all going to be displaying leadership as we go, because leadership's important. When you make a recommendation for care with somebody, whether it's a small trial of care in the beginning, hopefully it's not a huge care package with money all up front, like 64 visits, $8,000, whatever your thing is. But whatever you're doing with the demonstrating exercises, inspiring a patient to eat better, to sleep better, to drink more water, inspiring them to understand what pain is and how to navigate pain and the pain experience, it's all leadership. It's not doctrine. You think you're doctrine, but the real fact is you're leading. And these people come to you for leadership. And so you have to take your role as a leader very seriously. So the next thing to put in the comments, participation-wise, is what do you do in your community besides being in your office that would be considered leadership? Do you do anything? Are you the coach of a soccer team? Are you part of the Rotary? Are you part of the school board? What's going on in your community where you're taking leadership? It's very important to take that seriously. I seem to think there are some people who they're very busy in their practice, and that's fine. There are other people who I see shy away from leadership, not because they're introverts, not because they're not capable. It's because they don't think they are capable. And when you don't think you're capable, that's when things don't happen for you. So if I see somebody in our community who does not want to be a leader, and that doesn't mean you have to be a leader in chiropractic. Like I said, it could be school board, it could be family, it could be the HOA of the neighborhood you live in, whatever. Some sort of leadership that you're expressing in life. It makes you behave better. It makes you aspire to be more because there are people that are watching you and demanding more of you and need something from you. So you have to act and respond. I love our lone wolves. But let's be serious. I actually don't love our lone wolves. I've been a lone wolf a long time. Has it become plainly obvious that I've got some sort of thing against the lone wolves? Now, I've also said there are exceptions to every rule. There are some people that are perfectly happy, perfectly lined up, and perfectly squared away as a lone wolf. Other people are doing it because they're fucking hiding. They're hiding from the world. They're hiding from responsibility. They're hiding from leadership. They're hiding from anyone asking them to do more than the simple things they need to do to just check in and check out. Don't be that person. Let's take on some responsibilities as a leader. Next, surround yourself with the best. This is why we have live events. I try to handpick people that when they are done talking and you see them in the restaurant or the bar after the talk, you can go up and talk to them after the event and they will mentor you, communicate with you, share with you nonstop. And it's happened at every single FTCA event. We've had a couple superstars that have done their talk and then left, and they've never been invited back. They've never been part of our community, because this is what a community is. I want people at our events who are willing to share and talk and communicate, because we're one big family. You have to surround yourself with the best. You have to surround yourself with other people. COVID has happened. I don't know if this video is now going to be downgraded because I use that word. Pandemic, lockdowns, isolation, no public events, or a lot less public events. A lot of people are concerned about going to public events, or they're staying away from public events. You still have to commiserate with people who are like you, who you want to aspire to be like, or who you can inspire to be like you. And that's why we have these live events. These live events are terribly expensive. Every single person you see on this video is responsible somehow for this event in New Orleans. Most of them don't know the financial obligations, but Dr. Jennings does, because she's planning the event. Dr. Ta does, because she's been a leadership role in this event. And Dr. Pearl does, because he's had a leadership role in this event. They know how much money goes into making one of these events, and it's not, no one is going to be buying a boat when this is over. Even if you all came, this becomes, it's just, each one of you costs a certain amount for the event to happen. So there's not like this exponential amount of money to be made. So we don't do the events to make money. We do the events because it inspires the people who are there. If you've ever been to an FTCA event, it's not like other events, because we've all kind of know each other already. If Dale Thompson shows up to our event, you'll know Dale Thompson, because you're like, oh my God, that's the guy. That's the guy from Twitter. That's the guy from Facebook. Like, that's the guy. You already know them because we've all been talking with each other already. And that matters, because we've already got some sort of a relationship. This isn't a stranger thing. And we haven't had a lot of stranger danger at our events, because we all kind of know each other and we're all responsible for each other. So that's why that's level 2 to why we're doing this, is that we want to surround ourselves with the best. So I'm trying to put the best in one room all at the same time for a live event, which needs to happen. It's been a while. Number 3, always do pursue the next aha moment. So even I have made this mistake a lot of times in my life, where I've gotten to a certain point where I've made some sort of new plateau of success. And then you can call it rested on my laurels. All right, well, now I'm good to go now. I did this thing. I'm solid. But that's not how it works. The world always kind of asks for more from you, especially if you ask more from the world. And the more you ask, the more it'll ask from you. If you don't keep pursuing the next breakthrough, eventually you become irrelevant. You become stale. This can happen in practice. I come from a small town in Central California, on the Central Coast, called San Luis Obispo, but it has 60 chiropractors for, I think there's something like 40,000 people in the community. And it's a college town, so a lot of that population goes away when it's not school time anymore. So 60 chiropractors are constantly competing for patients, And the minute one of the sort of like mid-career or later career docs doesn't continue to update their office, doesn't continue to update their ability to market, doesn't continue to update their ability to explain things in a new and exciting way, keep up with what the trainers and the PTs in town are doing. They can't communicate on that level. They can't provide service on that level. They become irrelevant and they disappear. There's one guy that's been practicing in that town since I was in high school, and he's still there. And he's still, I don't know if that's good or not. Maybe he just really loves to practice, or maybe he can't retire. I don't know. But he's always been able to update his practice and keep it state of the art. And he pursues the next level constantly. And that's kept him relevant for, I don't want to say how old I am, but he's been relevant for like, that would put him at like 25, 30 years, right? Of relevancy. Most of us will not have that kind of relevancy if we cannot continue to pursue the next breakthrough. Some of us will not be chiropractors forever. But if you will either take what the world gives you, or you will make your next break, depending on how you act. Some people will open a winery or open a new business. Some will go on and be fantastic parents, and that's the breakthrough for them, because that's what makes them the most fantastically happy in the world. Some will go on to be real estate magnates, because that's the breakthrough, that's what I really love to do. Some will go on and be physicians or whatever it is, or own a clinic but not do any clinical care. But if you don't keep pursuing these things, you become stale, and then you wake up 20 years later as a lone wolf in your own little office saying, oh shit, this kind of sucks, and I still have student loans. So let's not do that. Let's always pursue the next breakthrough. Is that 4? So read. 5th is the one you can write down. Read, take leadership seriously, surround yourself with the best, always pursue the next breakthrough. We're going to give you breakthroughs in New Orleans, so hopefully you show up there. And it's a vacation. Come on. And if you own a business, it's a tax write-off because you're educating yourself and you're getting 6 continuing education credits. The last one, this is one you could write down. Brian Tracy, ABCDE. So my original mentor, by all accounts, a hugely successful chiropractor. The guy's a beast. He's from the East Coast. So I'm a West Coast. West Coasters were chill. We're like, all right, that's cool. This guy was from the East Coast. I thought he was like a mob boss. He was just so assertive with he attacked every single day. He attacked what he needed to do that day. And all he did was he had one sticky note, a Post-it note. And on that Post-it note, he had what he needed to do that day. And it was Brian Tracy's ABCDE method. You take all the things you need to do in a day, put them on one Post-it note. You get a second blank Post-it note, all the things you need to accomplish that day that are important, or that you think are important. You rank them in order. A, absolutely crucially important. B, very important. C, not that important. D and E, all the things on your Post-it note that fall under D are the things you can delegate. And E is all the things you can eject. I think E is a different word, but I use the word eject. It's probably exclude. It's probably something a little more glamorous, like exclude, but I say eject. So the E's are things you don't worry about at all. You just get rid of them. So every day that you start your day, it doesn't have to be a Post-it note. It can be much more elegant than that. But we're going to go with A, B, C, D, E, the things I must absolutely do, and you do them first. So a lot of times what we do as chiropractors and as human beings is we see that A list stuff, and it's very intimidating. Like it's the phone call you need to make to the attorney. It's the MD lunch you need to set up, because if you set up an MD lunch and get 50 referrals, that's much more powerful than just going to lunch with a friend and maybe they'll refer somebody. But it's a very hard call to make. All the A-list stuff, we end up putting it to the bottom, saying I'll get to that later and avoiding it because they're the hard things to do sometimes. And then we do a bunch of C-level stuff and we call ourselves busy and we go home and go, oh my goodness, I had such a busy day. I did so many things. You did all your C-level things and you skipped all the A-level things. And then your productivity and your ability to master who you are as a person goes down. So we want to do the A-level stuff first. We want to identify it and then do it, and then do the B-level stuff, then the C-level stuff, delegate anything that can be delegated, and E, eject all the things that are worthless. Problem with the lone wolves, once again, love you lone wolves, maybe I don't know, I'm conflicted, is that you don't have a D category. That could be misconstrued as a dirty joke. You don't have a delegate category. There's no one to delegate to, so all your stuff becomes A, B, or C. And that's a huge weight around your ankles that keeps you from becoming getting out of your sort of lone wolf prison, if it's a prison to you and you didn't choose it. Okay, so that's all I got. Now, as I close up and then Dr. Jennings takes over, we try to kill a lot of birds with one stone with this event, because every year we have a virtual summit and every year we have a live event. A lot of times when we have our live event, people ask, are there going to be recordings of the live event because I can't make it? And we say no. So what we're going to do this time is include all the content that's in the live event is also going to be in the virtual summit. The virtual summit also has 6 or 7 more presenters in it and bonuses and gifts. If you attend live, you get the virtual summit as well, including the bonuses and the gifts and all that. If you're an FTCA member, there's a discount code that gets you 20% off of all of it. If you are if you're just watching and you want to just go to the virtual summit only, which is fantastic, there's a when you go to register, there's a code right now. It is BYOU, and that's 10% off. So members always get more discount than non-members. And if you have any questions, contact us, contact@forwardthinkingchiro.com. If you have any questions about this content, you can always reach out to me. And my last challenge to everyone to earn points for participation is, what are you going to do tomorrow based on this information that's a little bit different? Thank you. Mandy might be muted.
I know you're muted.
I caught it.
Go.
Thank you, Bobby. That was amazing as usual. And if anybody knows me in the FTCA, I'm technologically challenged as usual. Anyways, thank you so much again for that. We're really going to get in depth into that in New Orleans. So don't wait. Get signed up for the live event. You won't regret it. Every event I've been to, it's been amazing. And even our virtual events are great. So that's how I started, because I was here in 2019, 2020, and we didn't get to have our live event. So if you absolutely cannot get to our live event, get to the virtual event. So that brings us back to the Hypervolt giveaway. Those of you that have stayed with us, anyone who signs up for the live event, Breakthroughs on the Bayou event, in the next 3 days, you're going to get 10 entries to win our Hypervolts. And then again, if you can't make it to the live event and you sign up for the virtual event, you're going to get 3 entries into the drawing for our Hypervolt. So we're going to give you to 11:59 on Saturday, 8/13. And we will post I think Dustin actually already posted those links in the comment on how you sign up. So we've got our virtual event in the comments, and then also our live event, which I really, really hope you guys can all make it to, because it's just going to be phenomenal. And like Bobby said, you just can't beat getting together with the people in the FTCA. It's really the best of the best. Just you guys have seen it over and over again in the Facebook group. So we hope you make it. And that is it for tonight. And go to forwardthinkingchiro.com, and it's got all the information for the event that we talked about tonight on there. We can't wait to see you guys soon.